I love you all already. Does anybody love me? Do something to prove it. Let's talk later. I have 5 gay ex-boyfriends. Let's just get right into it, you know? I read this thing on Wikipedia too, that you're considered a serial killer if you kill at least 3 people. I think by that logic, I'm the Ted Bundy of bad pussy. Okay, why didn't all you guys laugh at that? Was it my voice? Was it my delivery? It doesn't change, by the way, the whole way through this. This is what I talk in real life as well. It doesn't matter if I'm giving amazing news or really bad news. I just sound like this. Like, I could be like, your father's dead. That was the bad news. Never thought I'd have to explain that, but I like the optimism, you know. But yeah, it could be that, which is bad news. Your father's dead, or I could say the bathroom's that way. It's the exact same, you know. That would got more of a laugh if you didn't do what you did, but that's showbiz, baby. Or maybe it was the word pussy. The word pussy's disgusting, isn't it? It just does something to you. It's like the word moist, you know. It's like, I always find it really unnerving when people use pussy in the old school way, like to mean a cat. My grandpa does it. He'll be like, did you check out that stray pussy in the yard? And I'll be like, are you flirting with me? We're just a very close family. It's an American. I'm not American, I'm Irish, but I used to live in America. It's an American word. Do we have one American in that did that weird woo? So attention seeking, isn't it? I used to live in LA. I lived there for 2 years. I was there when Trump won the election, though. Yeah. Where's our little wooer now? It was such a weird time, but like California was very anti-Trump. It's like a very liberal place. LA is where Hollywood is, you know? And I used to have a lot of friends there that were in show business. Well, they worked in coffee shops, but they had dreams. Do you know what I mean? And they were devastated. I remember the day it happened, the day he won. I bumped into one of my actress friends, and she's like, this is terrible. I cried today in yoga class. So crazy, my annoying voice. It's just my voice, but a little bit more animated. She was like, I literally cried. I was like, you literally cried? And she's like, literally. I was like, so actually? And she was like, no, literally. Americans are stupid, aren't they? But then she said to me, she goes, this is really bad for America. Trump is the next Hitler. She kept saying that. She was like, Trump is the next Hitler. I don't know how you guys feel. I thought that was a bit much. I was like, at least Hitler could paint. Do you know what I mean? Not very well. He was a failed artist, but he did paint before killing the Jews. I remember the day so clearly when Trump won the election, not when Hitler killed the Jews. It was the 9th of November, and it was everywhere. It was like breaking news. It's 11/9. Trump has won the election. Because, you know, Americans, they do a month before date. But you know how the rest, we do date and then month. That day was literally the rest of the world's 9/11. That was just a maths joke, by the way. The LA dating scene is really weird. There's a lot of really big age gaps there. younger girls go out with older guys. It's just the norm. Like, you can play a game if you're living there and you see a young girl with an older guy, and you can be like, dad or daddy. Such a shit game, it's always daddy, you know? But that suited me because I go out with older guys. I don't know what it is, but I'm very attracted to older men. My dad's dead. That's what it is. I just wanted to explain myself, you know? And I was going out with this one guy when I was living there. He was so old. Like, what's the oldest you guys can think of right now? 60. Coming in strong. 62. She just made a fool out of you. Is that the oldest we can get, 62, or is anyone gonna? 70. Okay. I think, can anyone go older than that? 92. Holy, she's taking it seriously. 90, that's old. So that's an old ass age. Do you know what? I asked this question in Ireland last week in Cork. Don't know if anyone knows Cork. A lot of stupid people in Cork. I said, what's the oldest you can think of? And some lad went, 20. I was like, can anyone go older than 20? And someone goes, yeah, 6. You guys are so much smarter than Irish people. No, the guy that I went out with is so close to 90, whatever age you said. He was 42. So old. He was my landlord too. So grim. It was so... he broke up with me after 3 months, okay? And he was like, I want to have children and get married, just not with you. So rude. We lived in the same house too, and I don't recommend doing this because we continued living together for 6 months after he broke up with me like that. I kept trying to think of ways I could get back at him. I was like so petty about it, and I started doing this thing. Every time I'd be on my period, I would just blast U2's Bloody Sunday. And then I would take my underwear and just like smear it across his pillowcase. Just to remind him how fertile I am, you know? This guy right here didn't even know women had periods until I just said that. He is disgusted. Are you his girlfriend? Oh, yeah. Surprise. Yeah, I went out with a lot of older guys there. I had a fun time when I was living there, but then I realized, like, me and my friends that I grew up with were at this age, we're at like our late 20s, and they all started to grow up, and I feel like they didn't tell me they were doing that. I was talking to one of them, Becca, and I was like, oh, I heard you moved in with your boyfriend. And she was like, yeah, we actually bought a house together. And I was like, hold the fucking front door. You bought a house together? Like a joint mortgage, that's not a boyfriend, that's a business partner. Does anyone here have a joint mortgage? Is anyone here happy? She didn't say anything, you know? No, I guess that's part of growing. I don't know. I feel like people should let everyone else know when they're doing that shit. Because it's like she was doing that and like I was getting chlamydia. Like that's the stage of my life I was at. Isn't that so, for an old guy to give you that? That's supposed to be like the one good thing about getting with older men. That you don't get an STD. I always thought that was like my favorite part about it. Well, no, my favorite part is they pay your rent, you know? Also, another great part about going out with an older guy, if anyone's thinking about doing it, like when the relationship ends and if they ghost you, which, you know, happens to all of us, even me, it's crazy. But it's way better when it's an older guy, because you can be like, oh, maybe he's just not into me anymore, or maybe he's dead. Makes you feel a little bit better, you know? But by the way, I don't have chlamydia anymore. Thank you. It's such an easy STD to get. You get like pills for a week and then it's done. So this is about a year ago I got it. And I'm very vigilant now about getting tested. I get tested all the time. I got tested about 3 weeks ago. And I was a little bit nervous because I got with a guy that believes in conspiracy theories. So I was like, oh, for sure I have herpes. But I didn't, STD free, you know? Just an old-fashioned yeast infection. I'm sorry, women also get yeast infections. It's kind of gross. I was kind of grossed out when I found out about it, but like I try and look at things, you know, glass half full. Just the person I am. So I started looking at that and I was like, you know what? Maybe it's not that bad. Like anyone here right now that's drinking a beer, can you give me a cheer? So look down at your beer. Look back at me. One more time down at your beer. One more time back at me. Your beer and my pussy have the exact same composition right now. Drink up. Literally, because I have so much discharge right now. That was gross. That was gross. That was disgusting. Hey, I'm going to end on another joke that's also quite gross too, but you know. It's 2018. I don't know what that means, but I say it all the time. And people will be like, it fucking is today. Yeah, when I was living in LA, I got with this one guy that was my age, and it was an experience. Because like American men are very confident in general, you know? They go after what they want. They wear flip-flops. It's a bold move, exposed toes. But like older guys, they're not adventurous in bed. But this guy I met was 26, and it was something, all right? It was like the first night we'd hooked up, and it was the first night I met him, because, you know, I'm a feminist. And then he said to me, he goes, suck my dick. And I was already doing that, you know? He said that, I was like, ah. Not that well, I don't know what that was. That was like a ball, I think. But then the next thing he said to me, I've never in my life heard before. I'm Irish. No one would ever say this. Maybe it's a Liverpool thing, I don't know. We're about to see. But the next thing he said to me was, lick my asshole. That's asking too much from a one-night stand, right? He said that to me, and I was like, who raised you? You're asking too much of me, man. Don't know how you guys feel. I feel like there should be a rule about licking ass. You need to know what they had for dinner the night before. Right? It's not one-night stand territory. Okay, are we an audience of ass lickers? Just... Okay, there's no... Every guy in here was like... to see. Oh my God. Are you her boyfriend? Got the same, that's your brother. Okay, I'm sorry I asked. You lick ass, I'm guessing. Hey, there's no shame in it. I mean, there is. That's what my story is about. But hey, it's 2018, baby. Is it your brother? He's looking at you like he's your brother, being like, why the fuck did you do that? Okay, I'm getting nothing out of you guys. There's something illegal happening anyway. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys on this last line. Okay, it's still about licking ass. Okay, we know how she feels. I know how the rest of you guys feel. I think it's a very intimate thing. I couldn't do it on one night stand. I feel about licking ass like I do about giving a kidney. Only if it's family. Thanks.